Hey guys, how you doing? This is Polo Gold. Praise one, love one, God only. Yes, and I'm on a mission to bring hope to as many people and their families that I can, starting with myself, then extending to my family, and then to all my brothers and sisters all over the whole galaxy, the whole universe. Yes, and what I'm gonna share has nothing to do with what I've done. Not at all. It's actually what God has done, continues to do, and will do through me, as long as I surrender to Him and as long as I am in alignment with Him, and as long as I realize that life is just life, and it comes with pain, comes with growth and growing, and sometimes it also comes with growing pains. Sorry about that, you guys, but that's just how it is. I hope I'm doing this right, you guys. I'm out and about today, and I wanted to share something that that came to me that I think is important for me to share with you guys. Cause I'm always talking about we're here today, gone today, borrowed time, trust God, and being in alignment and the power of our mind, right? And that's good that I'm able to share that with you guys. Cause really, what I'm doing, this is all for me, right? To keep me accountable, right? And to keep me humble, and also to keep me going in the right direction by being focused, right, and being of service, right. Now, no matter what's really important is the action, like I've been sharing with you guys, right. So before I continue, all glory to the Most High. Thank you, God, the Most High, the great I am. Thank you for allowing me to be broken, completely broken, and tired of doing it my way, to the point where I was able to surrender and ask you to take me, guide me, build me, mold me as you see fit. It has for me to. It took for me to finally be broken and surrender, to realize. And by me doing that, I'm so grateful, because then I started working on my mindset and tapping into that beautiful mind. I started to unwrap this precious gift of life, and I'm working on trust and patience and all kinds of good stuff, right, that we're gonna go over, right. And I'm starting to realize how it is to be in alignment, and the power of being in alignment, right. And I wanted to share with you guys, because also, like I just stated earlier, this the implementation and the application that brings it all together. And that's what I wanted to touch bases with you guys today, to share with you guys, um, how when I say life comes with pain and growth, and sometimes growing pains. And I hope this is helpful. Um, so when I used to run amok, and I still do, but now I do it for the right reason. But when I was running amok out in the world, I was living a me world type of personality, and that was my world and my way of thinking, right? Inconsiderate, right? Completely inconsiderate, selfish, right? And it took me to places, and I was in situations, and I ended up in places that I don't wish no one to put one foot in, okay? And along the way, the people that were true and they were there for me were my mom and my dad, who I am going to spoil them to the end. Hey, because that's what I'm gonna do. That's part of what me rising up and waking up again has allowed me to realize, that I'm gonna spoil them every day. Today I woke up and told them Merry Christmas again. Tomorrow I'll probably tell them Happy New Year or Happy Birthday, but I'm gonna spoil them. And then another person that was there, to me, he's like an older brother to me. I've been knowing him for about 30 some odd years. Um, I knew him like maybe like 15, when I was 15 years old, maybe 14, 15, 16 years old, right? and back in high school. And you guys will get all this in my book when I publish it, and you'll see what I mean. But I knew him since way back then when I've always been a rebel, man. I've always been a rebel, right? And back in the days when it was, sex, drugs, and rock and roll, baby. Oh man, running amok, right? And there was many times when I was in trouble or something happened and I needed help, and many times, many times, and he was there for me a lot. This brother of mine, right? And a lot, man. He was there. He wasn't always just there for me when I needed help like that, but also when I needed like advice or I needed an older brother to talk to. Kind of like what I'm looking to do with as many people that I can. Be that person, that mentor that's building others up and then multiplying that and having more people mentoring other people, right? So he would do that, and and man, and as time went by, well, his kids grown, right, and he ended up moving in with us. So he's been staying with us for more than 10 years, easy, more than 10 years, easy, woo, more than, I don't even know how long, but he's been staying with us for a while, right? And it's great to have him. And we did all kinds of stuff around the around the house. I'm sorry, around the house, all kind of projects on the house, man. We did all kinds of stuff. I seen him active, tile, woodwork, putting out wood floors and stuff. You know what I mean? And getting down. And we've learned a lot. We've grown. Him, my dad, and myself, right? And well, he was always there, man. He was even there this last time when I finally decided, and I'll talk about this in another blog or another video that I put out. He was there this last time when I finally surrendered, when I finally accepted and realized that my way was going nowhere really fast. I was either gonna die, end up in prison, lost. I was already lost, but I was just gonna end up dead, man. I was already spiritually dead, And on that day, which I'll talk about in another date, right? And I finally surrendered. I got on my knees and looked up and asked God to come into my life, and I'm done. I tried my way. My way is no good. My way leads to hell real quick. My way leads to destruction, chaos, self-misery, self-destruction. Not a life, misery, okay? So when that happened, he was even there. And he was the major component in which, when I came out, I made sure I paid him back. And I'll go in further detail in another video, but I made sure I paid him back, and that was when the change started, because then I had to be held accountable for something that I had to pay back that my mom didn't pay. She couldn't, and she wasn't, because that would be enabling me, right? But this guy, this brother of mine, he did, and so it took me a while to pay it off. It took me about three years, I think, to pay it off, and I finally did, right? And it was a lesson learned, an expensive lesson, but that's when I finally snapped out of it, right? And my head popped out of my butt, right? And I turned my ways and my wills over to care to God and the Most High, and then I started learning about myself and healing, right? And realizing it's all of my emotions, right? And the emotions that, if I'm able to manage my emotions or not, am I able to trust God? Am I able to understand that He validates me, that He loves me, that He forgives me, that He trusts me, that He has mercy on me, that He is graceful with me, that His grace is more than sufficient for me, more than enough for me? Am I able to really live like that, Is that really what I'm about and what I'm going to do, and but it's a journey, and it's a beautiful journey. My goal is not when I get this, when I get that. I already have all of that. My happiness, my joy is actually living it and going through it, through the growing stage, the painful stage, and the growing pain stage, and the happy and the changes, right? So who you guys see right now took a while, you guys, and it took a lot of pain through that surrendering and healing that I allowed to begin and continue. And through that, I've been learning to be in alignment, okay? And then through that, I'm able to see life in a whole totally different way. Doesn't matter if I'm legally blind. Doesn't matter if I use a cane. It doesn't matter. I just see life in a totally different way. I see it clearly now that it's about love and being of service. And God, I choose to be a host to you. God, how can I be of service today? I choose to be in alignment with my power. I choose to see peace and be guided by a teacher of love. Yes, thank you, God. To God be the glory, blessed, unstoppable. Polar gold, praise one, love one, God only. Yes, because once again, I'm a spiritual being inside a physical body. I'm not bound by my flesh. I'm here having a temporary physical encounter. This is a meat suit that was given to me. And it was given to me so I could come to this realm and be with this meat suit, and part of that comes emotions that are attached to it. Emotions that the less I fight them and the more I welcome them and embrace them and go through them and grow through them, whether it's a painful emotion or it's a happy emotion, but I get to know all of my emotions that I can that this meat suit offers me, and go through it and maintain and be mentally mature and mentally stable and have my mind right and go through it. Then I complete my life circle, and then I'm able to move on to enjoy this life experience. Yes. And as a spiritual being, what I promote and what I'm going to pour out, and the light that's beaming out of me, is love, hope, right? Hope and love and peace and joy and innovation. And let's be imaginative and let's be creative, and confidence and abundance of healing, right? Okay. I'm telling you all this now because that's because of being in alignment and what God has done in my life. It has nothing to do with me. I'm not trying to impress you. I'm trying to impress upon you and to express upon you of how great you are. And that life is painful, and that's part of our trip. But how we rise and come out of it will determine how much we grow. Because that's what it's all about. We can't be stagnant. We can't stay stuck. Yes, do I have fear? Yes, I do have fear. Yes, but I channel it as I'm excited. Yes, and what's coming because it's all in preparation and everything's in training day. And I'm going to give you an example right now because I could just talk about it, but what about the application and the implementation, right? Which is the action part, right? Well, this brother of mine, to me, he's like an older brother of mine. Man, I love him. I love you, dog. I love you. He's been battling with stage 4 cancer, terminal cancer. It's all spread over his body now. I think in March or May, it'll be 7 years. And he's also an entrepreneur, and he's been running his business as well and helping people, man. And he's been fighting chemo, and he's been going weekly, and he's been going to all his appointments, and he's been doing this. But now, almost 7 years, now it's taking its toll. His mind is there. He's a champ. His mind is there, but his body, right? His body. So, yesterday and over the weekend, I was there with him. I didn't care if it was Valentine's Day. I don't care. You know what? Sharing love and joy is every day. It ain't no Valentine's Day. It's just every day. You know what I mean? That's what it is. So yesterday, Sunday, February 14th, I was there with him, eating with him, talking to him like I do pretty much on a daily basis. Because mentally he's there, but his body, and he's in a lot of pain, and he wants to be laying down. So I'm there with him. So he doesn't break mentally, and so he can be as relaxed as he can be. Because when I was down and out, and I was running amok, and I was thinking about me and me and me, and I was blind, even though I could physically see, I was spiritually blind. He was always there. A true brother, a true friend, he was always there. Always there. Whenever we needed whatever we need to do or whatever, he was always there, man. And in life, we get those in our lives, in our lifetimes. Whether we appreciate them or not, it's up to each and every one of us. But right now, at this part of my life, I'm starting to see, wow. He even had caught the flu when me and my parents caught the flu. He caught the flu, stage 4 terminal cancer. He beat it. The flu didn't affect him. I call it the flu. I ain't gonna call it with whatever number they add to it. No, I'm gonna call it the flu, and we're good. Victory. To God be the glory. But so was he. It didn't do nothing to him. Stage 4 terminal cancer in his lungs, all over his body, and that flu didn't do nothing to him, right? And he's been strong. He's been always walking. I walk with him. I talk with him. But now his body hurts even more. He was in the hospital for about a week and some days. He came out. 2 days later, back in the hospital. Came out. Now we're here today. So now what I'm trying to say is, because of what I've gone through, it was all in preparation to see for myself the love that people have for me. You know, this brother of mine. And now to demonstrate it and give it back, because it's reciprocal. It's all reciprocal. And be there with him and give him peace of mind and pray for him. And we pray together and watch church service on the internet. Thank God I know Raul Reese, Calvary Chapel. Somebody Loves You Worldwide on YouTube. Watch that with him, and I'm there with him, and I cheer him up, and I call him a champ. Let's go, champ, let's go. I tell him how proud of you I am. You're okay, you did a good job, man. I'm so proud of you. I love you. You're doing good. You know, the same way that when he was there, when I was lost, hopeless. Now because of God and what God has done in my life, the day that they told me that I was legally blind, the day that something happened and I finally surrendered, and I will share with that you guys in another video. But it was all it was divinely intervention, divinely in alignment of a plan that comes from God. And now when I go to see God and kneel down and pay my respects and give an account of all my actions, I'm going to say I was of service when it counted, when it came to, when we had the flu, I was there for my mom and my dad. We were there for each other. Things that I did in time that I stole in the past when I was running a Mac, I could never take back or pay them back. But from this point on forward, I can spoil them, and that's what my plan is. And what's happening with my brother is just in preparation of what's yet to come, right? So what do? I use my spiritual tools that are in my spiritual tool belt and apply them. And it's time for the implementation, and remain focused and be humble, be patient, be kind, enjoy the day, and realize that one day I am going to be on that side. I am going to be laying down, body hurting, in pain, getting ready to go home. What do I do in between? That's what matters. I celebrate your success. I celebrate the healing in your life. I celebrate the changes that you're willing to make and take in your life. I celebrate the decisions that you have made in your life. I celebrate that every day that you wake up refreshed, recharged, feeling like $1 million and ready to spend them. I pray and I celebrate that you take the risk that you need to get you to where you need to get to. Don't ever forget. I'll put it for me. I am willing to do the stuff now that others aren't willing to do now, in order to have later the life that others won't have. And that is thinking different, being different, transforming my mind, working on my mindset, tapping into that, and welcoming and embracing what comes, and feeling and getting to know all my emotions, right? And becoming emotionally stable and free, and enjoying the freedom, right? And realizing that we're here today and we're gone today, borrowed time, and there's a purpose. So I pray that you take this time to really dig deep and make the change that you need to make, and tap into your emotions and get to know them. Because it could always be worse, you guys. You never know, man. Well, with that being said, please be safe going to and from. And I hope that the remainder portion of this month, February 2021, is getting better and better and better, and that you build off of that. And blessings to you and your family, champs. All right, champs, let's get it done. Let's go. Let's go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. To God be the glory. Blessing unstoppable. Polo go.